All right, quick video to show what you did. You invented a tranny puller today, huh?
Yeah. Welcome to Clark's place. As you can see on the floor, we were messing with it. We thought we'd fix the tranny. Came out the other day, puked up transmission fluid everywhere. So it was leaking mainly around here. See, it's still all wet.
Yeah.
Leaking out. I mean, that needs a new seal. Even the pan was leaking.
Well, you've done the pan a couple times. So
yeah, I know. It's just
I've told you 2 or 3 times to take the tranny and get it done instead of messing with it.
well, but it was working, and I thought it only had a leak.
So you did the research, and the local transmission place wanted what, 1,800 bucks?
18 to $2 grand just to redo it, but there's another guy that can do it a whole lot cheaper than that. Just go through and freshen it.
But what did you decide to do?
I'm still waiting to talk to the guy tomorrow, but all I had to do was I had to take off one side of the exhaust,
Oh, I see.
which
the
is
exhaust
laying
is
over
that
there, and then of course the support.
one. Exhaust is over there. Transmount.
Use these, of course, to support the tranny. And then I thought, how can I get this down by myself? Which you can't.
Yeah, I was intending on doing that when I was out tomorrow.
We had this little contraption, which this could hold.
I think that guy's name that gave me that was Bruce Crocker, I believe, in Terre Haute, Indiana.
And that is on.
And he just threw that in my yard one day. He said,
it's on
"I got
pulleys.
a forklift some kids made in high school. If you want it." I was like, "Sure, just take it to the house." And then it was like dumped in my grass.
It's got just a crank handle that comes off, and we've done it to unload pinballs, but I thought, why not? So the mast on this thing, as you can see, goes really tall.
Yeah.
So I had to bring it in here, had to take the wheel off, and then I got it in here and took it all the way up. It came up to about here, and it bottoms out.
Oh yeah, okay.
Shaft. So
oh, I see. It has this mast here.
yeah, this
Goes up with it.
that goes up with it, and it's way down there, and so it gets up here and stops.
Yeah.
So I measured. I looked at that box. It took it all the way up right to the bottom of the transmission, about that much clearance. I thought, well, I'll put the box on some 2x4s. It went up, took the weight off of it. I mean, there wasn't really anything holding it to the engine. So then it was just there. I took my screw muffler jacks, whatever, out of it,
Yeah.
and let her down. But of course, I had to take off all the linkage, all the wires.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the lines, they're still dripping a little bit.
Yeah, when it had basically both types of fluid on the floor, I thought maybe it's the lines. Something got busted on the lines, or something pinched the lines. I didn't know.
Yeah, there's the other kickdown linkage, and then the idler. This here comes off the shifter from the floor. There's the plate there, and then there's all the bolts, nuts.
Yep.
Another thing, these go on the engine. Of course, the backup light.
How much was the Tremec that you were looking at?
Tremec's are.
For automatic Tremec? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah,
Or
but they're $3,000-4,000.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, but you can buy a brand new B&M. Well, it's probably all been refurbished, but 1-year warranty for $1,800.
Oh, yeah.
And that's shipped. But I went to O'Reilly's, and they're trying to order it. So they've got an email out to the company or to wherever they get it, and they said, don't get excited. Like, they're probably not going to have one. It'll probably be 2 months back order, but he said the guy in there does work on them, Mopars. So if he'll do it, I'll talk to him tomorrow and find out if he'll just take that tranny and go through it.
Yep, I think that's the gray-haired guy. I think his name is Chuck at O'Reilly in Middleburg, Florida. Yeah.
So anyway,
I just mopped.
Yeah, I just swept all this up, and so it's getting it. It was a bunch on the ground, probably over a quart.
Oh yeah, I'll throw the picture up in the video of the picture you sent me this morning.
Oh
Like,
yeah, well I came
oh
out,
my gosh, what
walked
the heck
around.
happened?
It was down on the ground off the lift because the transmission was sitting here.
That's where I thought maybe you putting it on the ground, something pinched with suspension and
Nope.
cut the lines. Both.
I could see it was all leaking out of that one place
Yeah,
up
crazy.
there. And we put a new seal around the dipstick because it was leaking there too. But the guy said,
dipstick?
if it's leaking there and gasket, he goes, chances are it's never been gone through. He says, you got all your seals inside.
They're all clogged and not.
We do have another one here, but this came with the 70 that we bought. So it's another
And you're gonna put
72.
you're gonna put a 4-speed in the 70 Charger Daytona Tribute.
Right, I won't be using this one, but it'd be another one to have somebody
Core
go through.
trans.
Well, I mean, just have it redone. So
Gotcha. Or yeah, if that truck guy will do it, then we'll redo it and then have a nice fresh automatic to put in something.
yep,
Not one of our cars. We're only 4-speed only.
we're only 4.
4-speed only parking.
They're all over there, all three of them,
Yeah, and all redone and fresh and
all
ready.
redone with what the
Overdrive.
With overdrive.
in the final gear, fourth gear.
fourth gear. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Anything
so
else from Clark's Place
maybe
today?
next time I'll be showing how it's all nice.
I thought you'd be driving it up and down the road.
Should have been. All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Welcome to Clark's Place. Finally got the transmission that I've always dreamed of
Right.
to put back in the
One that works.
72 channels. Yeah, the one that works. After the Mopar Nationals and looking online, nobody has any. I took this one to a guy here in Jacksonville, and he rebuilt it. So
Just a
all
local
new
guy that does trainings, huh?
transmissions.
That came out wrong, Doug.
He
Granny's RS.
he completely went through the whole thing, replaced all the bands, all the seals, all the.
And he said what?
Yes.
It was talk that I didn't really
He-
understand. He said the bands were all hard inside.
They were
there.
all hardened, heat. It got too hot. The fluid. He said as soon as he opened it up, you could smell the fluid was burnt. You could take and you could flake off like the material on the bands. He said they were so brittle. So he put everything new in it, filter. He pounded out the cover because it had some wiggles in it.
Is that from us, didn't it? Pushing it up and
No,
down.
I think that was one of the problems we had with making it leaking. But he said that the seal in the front, whoever had it before, must have just thrown it together. The seal was in backwards.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He said it would probably pump and just back pressure in the transmission. That's why all the transmission fluid was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't going into the torque converter the right way. And so I got a new torque converter, everything. And you can come around and film all that and see the torque converter.
So today is probably
Today,
drive it down the road.
hope so.
time.
This is a new torque converter.
You painted it Ford blue. That's nice.
No, it came that way brand new. I've marked this plate that has the holes in it to bolt the torque converter to the end of the crank.
Gotcha.
And a crank that is a steel crank does not need a weight, because this torque converter has no weight on it to balance a cast, or I guess it would be a cast crank. It comes with it with a weight, but this is a steel crank. And he said the way to tell if it's already in the car is you take a little file, stand it on its edge, and just kind of wipe on an area that's not going to be affected on the block, which is cast. And I mean, hardly any pressure, a few times.
It's
You can
soft.
feel a little groove starting. You do that on anywhere on the edge of the crank, and it doesn't
It's a
leave
hardened
You can even push.
It's like they do on the show Forged in Fire. It's steel.
Yeah.
It's forged.
Didn't leave a mark. He said, of course, if it's out, you can tap on it with a little ball peen, and it'll ping, or it'll
Gotcha.
thud.
Yeah, all that you talked about earlier today off camera. I was like, that's all interesting stuff. I didn't know any of
I
that.
never knew any of that, so it was good. And I lined, I mean, this only goes on one way. These are spaced differently to where this torque converter mounts to this flywheel or plate, whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I marked both places in case while we're doing this gets spun around.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
Cool.
you put your 4
What's
bolts.
the bolt here loose?
That's loose because that's where the dipstick goes up. And it bolts down. And I have laying on the table over there a new seal for the dipstick that he gave me.
We need to slide this that way a little bit.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna hit the. If we go up anymore, it's gonna. The box is gonna.
Oh, I
hit
see.
it, so.
There we go. Now we can pull this back.
Transmission, that'll go over.
All right. This is an improvise. This is a crazy machine.
Improvisation? Is that what your word was about to be?
I think
I like it. I'm gonna use it.
we've used this table. It goes almost all the way to the ground to go up to tailgates to slide pinballs on and then crank it down. It's so
It's a nice
nice.
homemade cart.
But it does not. It only goes up to maybe here, the table. So, of course, it wasn't tall enough to get the tranny. But with these and this box, that's how I took it out by myself. Just pulled it off and then. So it was a nice
Yep,
transmission getter outer.
All right, we're gonna do some time lapse time and get it
So
in there.
this is it. Just
And then we'll come back if there's any details that
Hey,
we
now,
think you
stop.
might need.
Okay.
Now
you're
the
on
box-
you're on the exhaust over
Yeah,
there
the
now.
box is hitting the exhaust.
So yeah, I think we need a couple 2x4s under the
Yeah.
tranny to lift the
Or at
tranny.
least under. Well, yeah, under the tranny.
huh.
Just to get the tranny up higher than the box.
Or spin the box
That's
Length-
how I did it before.
lengthwise.
It was lengthwise.
Oh yeah, I thought this looked a little different than.
Hey, drop her down.
All right, time lapse time. Round 3.
Okay, he explained. Of course, here's where you're in your 2 different lines for your transmission fluid cooler. This is a 3-prong Dodge for your backup lights when it's in a gear. This is your gear or your drive selection, drive and reverse. And then this is a little spring, controls the back pressure to downshift. He said it has to be hooked up right, and it comes up with a. Some of them are one single rod that when you accelerate, this will move and causes it. Since there's no vacuum module on this, it uses this to shift correctly.
Right, I thought it was only a kickdown rod.
I did too, but
when
he
I
said
hooked
no.
it up
This,
to my
this is
73,
important.
it wouldn't get out of its own way.
The Fords have a little vacuum modulator that feeds off of the intake manifold to make it the pressure to shift.
Yeah,
This won't. I mean, that's what this is it's built in.
that's I only thought it was passing gear, and he's acting like, no, you need it hooked up all the time.
Yeah, you need it hooked up all the time. And I guess when you really get on it, it does the pressure, boom, pull it into the back, the next gear.
Yep, cool.
Okay.
All right.
You back on time lapse?
Let's see your shift linkage here.
Yeah, this comes
How's that all
down.
mount?
That comes down out of the tunnel, out of the console, and then this little
That little guy
knobby
there.
doesn't go that way.
No,
goes this way. And then that pivots inside.
Yeah,
so now it's got a pivot
nice.
point. That's not the right wrench.
And then what, a rod connects that to the actual shifter
Yeah,
up
we
there?
got the shifting rods over there.
We got them rods to shift.
Yeah. What size is that, Doug?
Half-inch,
Half?
maybe.
Cool.
This way.
Yeah, kind of move it out of the way there.
It's still.
That's too high.
Yeah,
That
I
made
think
it
so
worse.
too.
Well, it's hitting the bottom of that
I see that.
as well.
It was your bend that did it.
Shouldn't have bent it, Doug. It was fine. Now you're gonna bend it and break it, and we gotta buy another $8 clip.
You gotta bend it back. Maybe.
It's a little tighter. That keeps the rod pushed more onto that.
Okay.
Maybe. So just documenting the linkage here. I'm trying to get it dialed in where the throttle rod keeps pressure. Because that's going to be moving all the time.
Yeah, kind of floating, apparently.
Yeah, make sure that pops all the way down in there first. Because you're not done
Yeah,
in it
it's
yet.
not.
And you don't do that.
It's not going
Doug.
through there.
You put the thing on the
I know,
thing
but it's
first.
not going all the way on the.
Oh, it's not even going through it now.
Well, you spread it out a little more then.
It goes that way. But why doesn't it go this way all the way on?
It should.
There we go. Yep. It's like the holes aren't lined up correctly for it to
Oh.
slide on.
Tweaking it a little
Yeah.
made it to where it doesn't want to go through.
Yeah, it just needs to open up a little bit. You want the screwdriver?
Better?
I think. We'll find out. It's still not going up there, is
I
it?
see it doesn't really want to
There it goes.
nestle. There you go. That's good.
Come on. Get in the hole.
Yeah, make sure that pops down through there first before you spin it over and latch it.
Spinning it over might make it align better.
That could.
There
you
we
got
go.
it. Yep.
Ouch.
And that looks
Is that
right.
better?
Looks better, yeah. It
Looks
looks like
better,
it's
yeah.
got.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
down
it's
through
tight
there.
in, it's in there tight. Okay.
Yeah, like.
Good deal.
And then this is your linkage for.
The gears.
We had this mounted on the bottom, and then it'd come back here and hit this.
Yeah.
So, trial and error, put it facing the top, and it looked like it was going to hit this line as well, but pull it all the way back, Doug.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back, gets close, but it kind of makes an arc away from it.
Yeah, when you change gears, it moves away from this.
Yeah, so everything's got clearance.
Everything's clearance.
Well, if their throttle's going, so that's, put it all the way up, Doug. Just want to see it. No, they clear each other. Looked like they were going to hit, is what I was thinking. Well, we need to get this guy
we do that
adjusted.
from the top. Exhaust. And we got
from
the
that
exhaust to go on, and then the emergency brake cable's all hooked up, right?
All right, we've already got videos on those, so we'll we'll time lapse magically. That'll be back together. right, so where are you at? We got a case of fluids.
Everything out from under.
Drive shaft is installed and tight. All right, so what do we got to do now? Make sure your linkage for your kickdown
It is. We already
throttle
checked
is
that.
that's adjusted. Battery's on.
See when you give it gas. Here, watch down there on the transmission. When you give it gas, see it moves that.
It's pulling it up, which I guess is rotating
Yeah.
the other and pushing it back.
Yeah.
I could see it with my eyes, not the camera.
Yeah.
Maybe it came through on the camera. I don't know. So you're ready to put some transmission fluid
We did.
in
We
over
already
here?
in. We put about 5 or
Yeah.
6 quarts in. They said start it. It will fill up the torque converter.
Oh, you already put 5 or 6 quarts in?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then after that, put some more in, 4 or 5 quarts.
We don't want these up here if you're gonna
No.
Close the hood, yeah.
take this out, close the hood.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah, I gotta get blades for those. Okay. Let me open up the back.
You want to raise it up? Make sure it's in neutral when you're starting it.
It's in park right now.
Do you trust our linkage adjustments?
Yes, because actually I slid it all the way back and turned the axle or the drive shaft, and it didn't.
So park is park, huh?
Park is park.
Okay. I'll stand right in front of it here when we start it.
Ah!
Okay, so when it won't start after you've had the trans in and out, check your trans reverse sensor. Correct?
Yes.
Reverse sensor. And if you've wired it with a pinball switch, then
Make sure you got good connect.
make
good
sure it's
contact.
connected good.
And I'm gonna try to fire it and then get it to pump, fill the torque converter up. So we
Yeah,
put
and you
more
got to put
fluid.
it in neutral for that, right? Didn't you say to do check it in neutral?
To check it in neutral, the stick.
While it's running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would. Yeah. Oh, you got that on. Okay.
Well, let me see. All right, you know what? Wait. I bet you I need to put it in gear to get it to pump it.
Could be.
Because that's why it's
Or at
still in
least
the stick.
neutral.
It's full.
Or at least neutral.
Yeah, well, you gotta take it up some. Get the wheels off the ground.
Okay.
Your wheel's spinning forward here. It's still spinning pretty fast. Okay, it's done. But the minute you let off, it starts going forward. Neutral, it's spinning.
There's reverse.
It's always spinning forward. Maybe this. Did it go in reverse over here at all?
Now, they're always spinning the same way.
Because this is drive wheel.
Now they're not spinning. There they go. We don't have enough fluid in here.
Yeah, that's what it is. We need to fill it.
Didn't have enough fluid in. Neutral.
Well, if you're sitting in a parking lot, it's fine because it's not
Right.
rotating, but on the lift.
Okay. Put the rest of that one in there. And we'll do it again.
So how many? It said 19 pints,
Yep.
which there's 8 pints in a gallon.
So 2 gallons and a little
So
bit
2
more.
gallons and
A little bit more.
a few pints.
But he said put 5 in, then 4, and then just start checking. And he said on Dodges, when you pull it out, there's 2 levels. There's one on the back side of the stick, one on the front. He said make sure that the one that says it's full is the one on the front. It may be higher in the back or lower in the back.
How's that? It goes in.
I don't know.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's not going to
The
read.
indicators are probably different.
Could be.
Oh, it's going to be the same level on both sides of the thing.
There's only. It does say
Does it tell you what the front or the back is?
no, but there's a. No, I think it's just the T. That this says add 1 pint.
Right there, yeah. Okay.
Oh wait a minute, here you go, full,
Oh, there you go. Okay.
full,
That's just
and
good.
so it's right here in the twist. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's not make this harder than it is.
So, I guess start it up again, right?
Yeah.
We got 16 pints in there.
Oh, you have 16?
Yeah, put 2 gallons in.
You have 2 gallons in.
Yes.
Did anybody check to make sure it wasn't leaking?
Don't say that.
Yes and no.
Here we go.
I like a no leaking.
Okay, yeah. That's reverse. Put your brake on. Neutral. Okay. Okay.
That's drive?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Waiting for it to shift?
It shifted into second,
Oh, did it
but we
shift?
didn't hear it. We didn't hear it.
Okay.
Let off the brake. Nope, that's drive. Let off. Yeah, that's neutral.
Yeah, the motor seems smooth, but it's that knocking sound that when you were first starting it, I was like, yikes.
I hear this side too. Might be that thing over there.
I think it is. Okay, so what do you need? New donut?
Yeah, I need to
And
go.
test drive it? We got what?
We got running transmission. Run up, get a new. Who's it? What's it?
What size donut is it?
That's a good question.
Well, you need to take that down and let it cool off. I guess we could measure the pipe in the back.
Yep, okay.